Welcome to our brand new show, Portage Tough. This is a show that basically we're going to be talking about everything having to do with Portage football. We're going to have highlights from games. We're going to break down every game. We're going to have interviews with players and coaches. It's basically everything having to do with Portage football, and we're going to give it to you straight. We're going to tell you what's going to happen. We're going to let you know what Portage has to do to get a victory on the board every week. So
let's get things going offensively. We're going to talk about the scrimmage from Munster last week. Portage, offensively, they looked amazing. Probably the best I've ever seen them look. They didn't even really run the ball at all. They mostly sat back there. Zach, although he looked like Jake Houston throwing the ball, is excellent, superb. I wanted to see him complete about 60% of his passes. He went out there and completed at least 80% of his passes. Looked amazing. Not one pick, not a turnover. Not to mention those receivers just look like absolute playmakers out there, every single one of them. Especially my boy Alvin Best. 3 touchdowns, just amazing. Especially the offensive line, great protection. What do you think?
Yeah, I have to agree with you, but I was very impressed with the offensive line, the way they were able to protect Houston. But most importantly, I was impressed with the fact that Zach Houston looked like a real quarterback. And he didn't look like a chicken with his head cut off running around, not really knowing what he's doing. He actually looked like he knew how to read a defense, and he had a lot more zip on his passes. And most of his passes were very accurate, and he did a really good job of extending the play when he needed to, and he kept his eyes downfield, completed a lot of passes. And the receivers, made some great catches. Coleman and Best made some tremendous catches. So I was definitely overall impressed with the passing game. It looked a lot better than I thought it was going to look.
That's another sign. If Portage gets down by a few scores, I feel comfortable they can come back in no time with this passing game. Another thing, let's talk about their defense. The offense looks so good, but what about that defense?
Defense, I think the defense left us scratching their heads a little bit. And what you have to realize about a scrimmage, typically your defense is not going to show everything that you're going to see in a typical game. They're not going to blitz a lot. It's pretty much a base defense where they're going to rush their front four and leave everybody back in coverage. And that's pretty much what they did for the most part. I wasn't very impressed with the defensive line. I think Munster's offensive line manhandled them pretty well. They had a very difficult time stopping the run, and they had a hard time containing on the outside sweeps. Linebackers did okay. I think Jordan Yeato made a couple nice plays, a couple nice tackles on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it would have been 2 sacks if you could actually tackle the quarterback.
And then the secondary. The secondary is what I was most pleased with. The secondary did a very nice job. Barnes and Dixon, the 2 corners, they did a very good job tackling. Dixon had that huge hit on the goal line that forced that fumble. And then Woodard had a chance for a pick over the middle. He dropped it, but he made a couple nice plays. So the secondary, I think, looked pretty good.
Oh, without a doubt. All right, let's go. Let's give a breakdown here of Portage's next opponent here.
They're playing Mishawaka Marian first week, and if we go back to last season, Portage shut them out third place, 26-0. And to my surprise, obviously I wasn't very impressed with Mishawaka Marian last season. They weren't very quick. They're not very big. They're a very undersized team. They actually had a 6-4 record last year, which surprised me.
Yeah, I thought they definitely had a losing record, but then again, they play in such a weak conference. There's really 1 or 2 teams out there.
It just tells you how bad those South Bend schools are.
Yeah, another team we've got to watch out for is Penn.
Yeah. So in the games they played, they actually played quality opponents. Penn shut them out, Portage shut them out, South Bend Washington beat them up pretty bad. This is a team I think Portage can kind of work on some more things in this game. I don't think they should show their entire repertoire offensively.
Wouldn't mind seeing Houston come out there and air it out again. That was very fun to watch.
That's something they could do. I think they could have a lot of success doing that. Because you got to remember, this is a tune-up game. This isn't a game that I don't think Portage is.
It's like playing sisters to the poor.
Yeah, they're not shaking in their boots worried about this game. But this is just another game of preparing for St. Rita. St. Rita's a huge game, and I think that they need to go all out to try to win that game, and just working on some things, offensively with the passing game, and then defensively. Hopefully that defensive line steps up.
All right, I'm going to give a rundown here. This is what we got: Portage, Mishawaka. Offensively, Portage, like we were just talking about, maybe one of the best Portage offenses we've ever seen. Speed at every single position, very dangerous. Mishawaka, they run a triple option, and for the most part, they looked very slow last year and a little undersized.
Yeah, they're like a poor man's version of Griffith.
Big check mark goes to Portage.
It's not even close, not even close.
Defensively, Mishawaka, they kept some opponents down, but like I said, they played some bad opponents. Portage last year gave up a lot of runs, and what looked like in the scrimmage gave up another big run, couple big runs. It's starting to scare me, but still, Portage has probably bigger players, a lot more speed. I give a slight edge to Portage on defense.
Yeah, that's actually kind of close. Kind of sad, but
Special teams. Portage has more playmakers than I think anyone in this area.
we got Dixon and Coleman returning kicks.
Yeah. You can throw back. Gary, I don't know his name. Darren Orion, I believe his name. He can return kicks. Alvin can return kicks. Coleman can return kicks. And we all know Dixon is going to be one of the guys returning kicks. Huge advantage. Portage. Let's go to the intangibles. Portage, they got a new coach coming in. He brings in a lot of fire, a lot of intensity. I like those guys take things. They just redid the stadium. This is a team that's ready to win right now, and I believe they want to start off the season at home with a W. So, with that being said, Portage comes away 49-0.
I expect this game to be over probably by halftime, but this is just going to be a good tune-up game. This is going to be a way for Portage to work on some things and get ready for week 2. That's going to be when the real season starts. This is pretty much another glorified scrimmage as far as I'm concerned. I expect Portage to come out and win big.
Yeah. Important thing is, I think, it's like an NFL preseason game. Have the kids come away healthy. This should be an easy W.
Absolutely. And so we'll definitely be talking a lot more about St. Rita. This game, this should be a total domination, and hopefully we'll be coming back to you next week talking about a huge Portage victory. So, any parting shots, Joe?
Just make sure, leave a comment, tell me what you think.
Yeah. And go to the game on Friday if you want.
Yeah, cheer on the Indians.
All right. Well, that's it for us. We'll see you next time.